Hey everyone, it's Mojaxx back in the DJ City UK lab today with a quick review of the Denon DJ MC4000 controller. Now this is a Serato DJ intro controller out of the box. As always, I will say if you're a working DJ, upgrade to the full version of Serato DJ. It's worth doing, the extra features are worth having, so factor that into your costs when you're budgeting for this controller. Include the full version of Serato DJ if you don't have that license, because it's really worth it. Now, it's going to be a quick review because there's not a whole lot of terribly exciting stuff to talk about with the MC4000, and that is not a diss on this thing, right? This is aimed at a very particular market. This is aimed at bar DJs, wedding DJs, mobile DJs in general, people who want to be able to mix in an accomplished fashion, but don't need, slicer and crazy turntablist stuff or controllerist stuff. This is for people who are actually just mixing and performing and need something that's solid, well made, well put together, and will be reliable for them. And that's what this offers. This is what this is about. It's not a creative powerhouse. There's enough functionality on there that you can get loose with it if you need to, but ultimately this is about doing a job, and the MC4000 does that job really well. Let's give you a brief tour of what it does. So yeah, it's a nicely made, heavyweight item. It feels sturdy, feels very solid and dependable. You've got nice feeling controls everywhere, metal pots all over the place. All of this feels super sturdy. You've got okay jog wheels, nothing against them at all. They're not the most exciting jogs in the world, but they're responsive and quite a nice feel. You've got pitch bend around the outside. You can also pitch bend with buttons as well. If you're that kind of old school DJ who likes that pitch bend thing, you can use that, use the buttons for that as well. You've got a nice long pitch fader, very nice, accurate, high resolution pitch. So you can really get in there and mix manually. If you, again, that old school, proper DJing, if you want to do that with this, you absolutely can. It's not a sync jockey's kind of, dream thing. You've got proper manual mixing controls on there if you want them. You've got the SP6 in the middle, has got its own separate level control and easily accessible. You don't have to go into a shift mode or anything like that. You can just literally, you've got the 4 pads there. So if you're doing background music and stuff between speeches and that kind of thing, again, all going to work really smoothly for you with its own level control as well. You've got the standard Serato DJ effects control, so you've got the 4 knobs and 4 buttons. You can select effects from the unit, all works perfectly fine. They're also post fader effects, so and post crossfader too. You've got the pad modes, you've got the cues 1 to 4 and then cues 5 to 8. You've also then got a cue loop function as well, and you've got loop roll on the 4th one as well. And all of this just works really well. They're nice kind of clicky rubbery pads, feel a lot like the Akai AFX and that kind of thing. Cue, sync, big shift button as well for those fairly limited number of shift functions. There aren't too many on here really. It's good, it's not confusing, it's simple. Everything is laid out logically where you expect it to be. The gain controls are at the top, then you've got filter at the bottom. It all just feels nice and what you'd expect it to be. And again, so I'm not damning this with faint praise. This is a reliable bit of kit, does what it says, will work very well. Some other bonuses on here for mobile use. You have got 2 mic inputs, good quality, high quality sounding mic inputs with plenty of gain for different microphones. You've got an echo on there as well. The only thing with those is you can't cue the mics in any way. They just fed straight through to the main output. So the only way I can actually listen to myself on the mic here is by plugging in and 1 2 1 2, and now I can hear myself on the mic. And we've got an echo function on there as well. You've got high and low EQ for both mics independently too, which is great. You've got talk over function. Let's turn that down again. So that's great. You can do karaoke with this. Serato DJ supports karaoke files now, so you can easily do karaoke with this. The faders will work for video as well. So you're fully ready to do karaoke or whatever as part of your package that you offer as a mobile DJ. All good stuff. Sound quality is excellent. 0 complaints about the sound quality, nice and loud. You've got separate master with XLR and RCA connections, plus you've got a booth output as well. Even if you don't use it for a booth monitor, at least it's good to have that second option for a second zone when you're doing mobiles. You want to have 2 outputs independent of each other. You've got an aux input just on RCAs, which again, you can't queue up like with the mics, but it just feeds straight through to the output. So if you have a computer crash or something like that, you can just feed straight in with the aux and you'll be playing through, and it'll give you time to get restarted or whatever you need to do. You've got loud headphone output, really nice and loud, which is good. You've got split Q on there, as well as just regular Q to master blend. So all of your queuing is covered fully. The VU meters we've got there are nice and clean. They're not the brightest thing I've ever seen. They're not the biggest thing I've ever seen. The faders are just fine. You know, you've got stiff up faders, fairly short throw, and you've got the crossfader has only got adjustment within the software. There's no external fader curve or anything like that, but it's not really aimed at, you know, full-on hardcore scratching. One very important thing to bear in mind with the MC4000 is the price. $400 street price in the US. Now, even if you need to factor in the full Serato DJ license, you're talking just over 500 bucks for what is a really well-made bit of kit. So you've just got to look at what are your priorities as a DJ. If you need really good sound quality, nice loud output, nice loud headphone output. If you need 2 mic inputs with loads of control over them, this is the one. You know, if you need those old school, proper mixing facilities, long, accurate pitch faders, pitch bend buttons and so on as well, that's great. If you know, it's a great value bit of kit. I cannot really find anything bad to say about it. The only negative is I would love to be able to queue up the mics, but that's it. You know, it's such a small thing. Everything else about it is just great quality, especially for that kind of price. So you've just got to evaluate, you know, what kind of DJ you are. And look at that. And if you're a mobile DJ, if you're a bar DJ who just needs proper mixing facilities to be able to mix their music, you want to do karaoke maybe, you need to use a microphone, then this will be a superb choice. It really will. It's not for me because I don't use a mic, you know, and I like having slicer modes and all this kind of stuff on my equipment. I like gizmos and gadgets, that's me. But if you just need a solid, dependable controller that won't let you down, the MC4000 is a star. It really is. Top quality bit of kit. Thank you very much for watching today. Make sure you subscribe for all our future tips, tricks and product reviews. I'll see you soon.